Hey guys, my name is Modi and you are welcome to Modi Speaks. So since the news of Karmelo Anthony and family asking for more donations from their supporters broke, since they made it public that they now need a total of roughly $1.4 million from their loyal supporters in order to provide Karmelo a befitting legal trial and to basically take care of the rest of the members of the family, okay? Their supporters are no longer having it, okay? They are angry at the Anthonys for squandering all the money they donated to Karmelo before, which the family initially said they were going to use for Karmelo's legal support. And of course, it is their right to demand explanations. What exactly did you use the money for? The money we gave you. You cannot just squander almost $600,000 in just 2 months. That is extremely irresponsible. We need some answers. And yes, these black people are disappointed in the Anthony family. Now, I know that despite everything that went down, okay, there would still be some pro-black activists who would never ever betray the culture, who would always support the culture no matter what happens, no matter what the culture does. And honestly, I was expecting people like the unamazing Lucas to be the first people to come out and support Karmelo Anthony's family despite everything that have gone down. I was expecting the unamazing Lucas, who has been one of the greatest supporters of Karmelo and who once said that Karmelo did what he was supposed to do when he cold-bloodedly took the life of another young man. The unamazing Lucas, who made countless videos on this story when the news first broke, claiming that Austin Metcalf effed around and that he found out. He's a big supporter of Karmelo, so I was expecting him to find a way to twist this narrative following this newly exposed information and somehow find a way to portray them as victims even after everything we've seen. I have been checking his page over and over to find videos of him covering this new incident, but he's been totally crickets. So I think that even the unamazing Lucas is too ashamed to be supporting Karmelo and grifting family at this point now. However, we have several race grifting pro-blacks doing the job for him. One of them is the individual you're gonna see right now. Take a look.
This Karmelo Anthony case is really pissing me off. I don't even like talking to black people like this, but I just gotta say what I gotta say. You motherfuckers really got a problem with this man asking for $1.3 million under reasonable circumstances. This dude family receiving threats. They gotta move in another location because their address was leaked. They need security. Even the fucking judge was receiving life threats. And these people are just asking for y'all to help support them through their defense from these two aggressive young boys that tried to cause harm to him. Now, I got respect for Judge Joe Brown. But one thing I noticed, all these black people at the beginning who were supporting Karmelo, all of a sudden turned into a bunch of tap dancing. I had no idea the black community was so weak, bro. I didn't realize it. I didn't realize how many sellouts we had. Basically making it seem as if Karmelo deserves to go to prison if he do get convicted from this crime. Judge Joe Brown, his old ass really had the nerve to sit here and say, oh, well, these young boys, they're punks and I would have did this and I would have did this. But guess what, motherfucker, you not him. It's easy for you to sit your old ass back and say what you would have did when you ain't got two people twice your fucking size trying to attack you. That shit really pissed me off, bro. Because I grew up fighting, bro. I used to fight a lot. I done got jumped before. I know how I feel to have people attacking you. I done been in that situation before. Actually, I done been in a worse situation than that. We got white women out here calling black kids racial slurs, raising 1.6 million within the 2 weeks. We got white people out here choking black men to death on trains, raising almost what, $2-3 million within a fucking week for his defense team. And y'all motherfuckers really telling me that he wrong for asking for an additional $700,000 for a host of reasons that his family named that were completely reasonable. Relocation purposes, living expenses, security, defense, therapy for their other fucking kids. Y'all acting like Karmelo was a drug dealer. This was a 17-year-old boy, 130 pound, 4.0 GPA kid that was going to college within the next year. I find it so fucking funny. Y'all have no problem with these people taking the lives of young black men and black women as long as it's not happening to your dusty ass. Well, you know what? I'm glad that I'm starting to see how many fucking sellouts and we really got out here in the black community. I'm happy about that, because guess what? This Karmelo Anthony case, if it does go the way that majority of these racist Europeans want it to go, then your ass might be next. What if you have nothing the way that Karmelo had something to protect himself? When the same thing happened to you, all you motherfuckers out here, I'ma be saying the same shit y'all saying. Why you didn't just fight? Why do you gotta use a weapon? Why you didn't just decide to sit there and get fucking jumped and get your head beaten to the fucking ground? Why you didn't decide to just do that? Boy, y'all make me sick, man. It's so much money in selling out, bro. We always talk about, oh, well, black people, we the most united group of black people on the whole planet. I don't believe that shit. What I'm saying, I don't believe that at all. Y'all could say whatever the hell y'all want, bro. I would say probably 20% of black people are on code. The rest of y'all a bunch of fucking sellout, tap dancing fucking, ugh. I'm gonna make sure I keep donating to Karmelo, bro. I wish you the best, young man, bro. If I had the money, if I was fucking rich, if I was one of these basketball players out here, dog, if I was one of these fucking rich ass athletes that love to throw $100,000 in the club and waste it on OnlyFans model, bro, I would promise I would give y'all 5 million, 2 million, 3 million right now if I had that kind of money. You know, these white people never had this problem. Whether they right or wrong, they never had this problem. They go to court, they need funding for defense. White people, that's one thing I can say about white people. They look out for their people, man. They need funding for defense, relocation, whatever it is, whether they right or wrong, they there for their people. Black people, bro, y'all, it's too much money in selling out. Are y'all down there burning with the I'm gonna be with my ancestors?
That's a lot of talk, but sadly, nothing of value was said. This whole situation with Karmelo Anthony exposes a troubling pattern of misplaced loyalty and the abdication of personal responsibility that some race hustlers dressed as pro-black activists promote. First, let's be clear, okay? Murder is a grave crime, and no amount of fundraising or activism should absolve someone from facing the consequences of their actions. It is not about race here. It is about accountability, justice, and respect for human life. Karmelo is not some victim here. He murdered another 17-year-old kid, okay? That is a cold-blooded violence that demands justice. When you throw fundraising money at someone like that without demanding transparency or results, or even for any reason, you're basically saying it is okay to break the law as long as you are black. Now, that is not justice. That is hypocrisy. The family was given almost $600,000, but when the people who donated this money ask questions like, where is the money? Where is the money going? Why do you need more money? Instead of answers, they get shamed. They get called sellouts. These pro-black activists are quick to call them sellouts or Uncle Toms for refusing to give more money. That is shameful. It is emotional blackmail dressed up as activism. These activists demanding that black people continue to throw money at Karmelo despite evidence of mismanagement or squandering of funds are undermining the very principles that can uplift the black community. They are essentially encouraging a culture of entitlement where bad behavior is excused if the person is black, while punishing those who rightfully refuse to enable reckless irresponsibility. Moreover, calling black donors sellouts for not redonating money reeks of coercion and division. It weaponizes guilt to force financial support for someone whose actions warrant serious scrutiny, not endless handouts. I believe that if these pro-blacks wanted true activism for Karmelo and family, they should be teaching accountability, maybe financial literacy and personal responsibility, not begging for more cash and gaslighting those who refuse to donate or who expect transparency for the money they donated in the past. This narrative also distracts from the real issues in the community, which is education, entrepreneurship, family values, and lawful behavior. The pro-black activists who shame the donors are being a disservice by prioritizing loyalty over justice and self-respect, okay? They hurt the community's credibility and play into stereotypes by defending someone who has broken the law rather than holding them accountable like everyone should be. In fact, the right approach should be to demand accountability from Karmelo and his family, support the donors who rightly question how their money was being used, and reject the toxic tribalism that forces blind financial support regardless of behavior. Supporting black folks doesn't mean blindly funding irresponsibility. These black people who donated their money want to see integrity, I hope. They want to see transparency and respect for their hard-earned money. If Karmelo and his family can't show that, why should anyone keep donating? This attitude of give me no matter what I do feeds a dangerous culture of entitlement, okay? It says that being black excuses bad behavior, that accountability is optional, and that the community must prop up individuals no matter how poorly these individuals handle themselves. That mindset keeps the black community trapped in cycles of victimhood and dependency instead of encouraging growth, responsibility, and dignity. And yeah, Karmelo Anthony deserves to go to prison if he is convicted of the crime. That is how it works. That is how the law works, despite whatever this pro-black activist claims. The fact that he is black shouldn't exempt him from facing the consequences of his actions. And honestly, all this noise coming from these so-called pro-blacks would not sway the law either. But as always, guys, these are my thoughts, these are my opinions, but feel free to share yours in the comment section below, but do so respectfully. Also, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, honestly, I don't know what you're waiting for. Subscribe to the channel. Like and share this video to keep people informed, and consider joining my membership or buying me a coffee if you like, as a way of supporting the channel. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope to catch you on the next one. For now, peace.